Call to order the meeting of the Common Council for Tuesday, April 18th, 2023. Clerk?
Thank you, Your Honor. We have 12 members present in the room and 12 members present and voting in Civic Court.
Thank you, Clerk. Please now rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the invocation offered by Alder Scannell. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alder Scannell, you have the floor.
Okay, Your Honor, I have a cold, so for once I'm going to shut up, and I would just like us to just take a moment of reflection. And of course you can reflect on whatever you want, but I think to give you a little direction in that if we could just reflect on why we're here, why we're alders. You know, if we can focus on city business, I think there's a lot we can accomplish together, even though we don't see eye to eye. Matter of fact, because we don't see eye to eye, I know some of you are taller and shorter than me, so we're not gonna, but that makes good policy. So if we just reflect, and I made just a short audio for us to reflect with. I hope you appreciate it. I spent a lot of time on it. Some time on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Alder. Until approval of the minutes. Motion to approve made by Alder Eck. Is there a second? Seconded by Alder Stevens. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed nay. The ayes have it. Approve of the agenda.
I'd like to amend the agenda, Your Honor.
What's your amendment, Alder?
I'd like to move part, if it's okay, to right after K. Park.
Moving the Parks report. What's the item for Parks?
Okay, we could just do the whole, I think we could just.
No, what's the report? Letter? Q?
Q.
All right. So the amendment is to place report Q right after report K. And that was seconded by, was there a second for that?
Johnson.
Seconded by Alder Johnson. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed nay. The ayes have it. The amendment is adopted.
Motion to approve as amended.
Alder Scannell makes a motion to approve the agenda as amended, seconded by Alder Weary. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed nay. The ayes have it and the agenda is approved. Report by the mayor. I will keep things brief, but just want to let you all know how excited I am to be back with you. We've got a lot of work to do as a city, and as Alder Scannell said, there's going to be a diversity of opinion reflected among the council here, which is a really good thing. But I think the test of a functional legislative body and a functional executive is whether or not you can maintain a good relationship in the face of some policy disagreements, which are going to arise on a pretty regular basis, no matter which community you're talking about. So, just speaking for myself, I know I'm committed to doing that. Haven't always been perfect in that regard, but am recommitting myself to really working constructively with all of you, and looking forward to doing that over the course of the next 4 years. Had a number of good conversations with alders. The council president and I have been exchanging messages even before the results of the election, and just acknowledging that there's a lot that we agree on. You know, over 90% of the items that are actually coming before this body are sort of adopted with consent, or without any real debate. And so we've done a lot of good things over the last 4 years. I'm hoping for a lot more to come over the next 4, but none of it's possible without the support of this body here. So looking forward to continuing and strengthening that working relationship. And then just one comment on an item that we have before us. We've got the violence prevention grant that has been brought forward in collaboration with community and economic development, but a lot of really solid work on the part of our police department, especially Commander Warwick, who's been on top of this for several years at this point. And so the fact that grant money is before us is a really great thing, and just asking for your support on that. With that, we'll move into announcements from the council. Alder Eck and then Alder Stoyer.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you for your words. I appreciate it. I have two different things. Excuse me. One of them is I want to announce the National Day of Prayer Luncheon. It's on Thursday, May 4th. The hosts are former Mayor Jim Schmidt, Jim and his wife Donna. And there's a guest speaker, Jan Ottinger from the Cup of Joy. And you can find out more information. And all the proceeds go to the NEW Community Shelter. What? Oh, it's at the Riverside Ballroom. And it's at 11:30. And the phone number is 920-437-3766, extension 103 for tickets. And then the second is I wanted to express my condolences and my prayers for the family of somebody who was very involved in our community, Taku Ronsman. She had a business, Rhythm and Tunes, with Ms. Taku, and her and I were on some community committees together, and also she started the Fireman's Park Neighborhood Association and was the president for a long time. And so I just wanted to acknowledge that she passed away last week.
Yeah, really community-minded person.
Yes.
She'll be missed by all of us. Thanks, Alder. Alder Stoyer.
Thank you, Your Honor. Kind of piggybacking on what Alder Scannell said without the animal sounds, I just wanted to state that I'm also hoping and looking for communication, open transparency, nonpartisanship, but just working on the issues that we have. I think we can do it, and I think that's very important. I also would like to talk about Earth Day coming up. Sustainability Commission has done some things. You can kind of look at their web page, but the mayor, thankful that you sent out an email about some of the events that are coming up, and there's several from 1 to 4 p.m. Ken Ewers, Janisra Park, Newberry Conservancy, and the Wildlife Sanctuary. There will be either cleanup or removing invasive species, little shoreland type work, so bring some boots and gloves and pitch in. So, and I also knew Taku as well. She was quite a lady.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and Alder Stoyer, he mentioned events that are being organized by our Conservation Corps. So want to throw that open to our council, but also the public. It's a really volunteer-oriented endeavor all the time, and especially with some of these events, it'd be great to see some folks turn out for that. So thanks for mentioning. Alder Weary.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Congrats, on coming back, and I look forward to a productive year in Green Bay, and I was rooting for you all along.
I knew it.
But on a serious note, congrats, and I look forward to this year. More seriously, though, I just wanted to, there was a pedestrian, a woman killed earlier today on a hit and run right in between my district and Alder Johnson's, and just keep her and her family in our thoughts and prayers. So, thanks.
Thanks, Alder. Alder Galvin.
Thank you, Your Honor. I actually have two. The first is one of my constituents, Ahmad Rivera Wagner, received the 2022 Shining Star Award from the Brown County United Way for serving as the chair of the Regional Advocacy Council for 2 years, where he helped to lead the group to receive their latest organizational grant to create a mobile resource center that brings support directly to those impacted. And on another note, it was just 2 months ago I asked for a minute of silence for a Milwaukee police officer who had been killed in the line of duty. Sadly, just over a week ago, we were again reminded that evil can happen in any size community in this state, no matter its demographic makeup. Even this week, one of our Green Bay officers was injured in the line of duty attempting to do their job to protect us. I'd like to take a moment of silence to remember the sacrifices of Officers Hunter Scheel of the Cameron Police Department and Emily Breidenbach of the Cheddick Police Department.
Thanks, Alder. Alder Campbell?
Mr. Mayor, I think it's only appropriate. We've talked in front of the council chambers here before, eye to eye, and I told you what I thought we needed to do if you won or if someone else won. I'm a man of my word, so I know between you and I, we got some work to do, so I look forward to working toward that. Hopefully it stays positive. I'll do my best to do the best for this city, and I hope you will too. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Alder Johnson?
Thank you, Mayor. Obviously, a lot of times what's acknowledged by the public in terms of what we do is the work that we do here in front of this body, because that's what's most visible, but what oftentimes is not seen is the work that goes on behind the scenes. And so I just wanted to call attention today. I want to thank Chief Davis, who I see is not back there, but he did some work with facilitating a group of individuals, about 20 of us, around some of the challenges that we've seen at St. John's Park, and how do we come together and acknowledge the needs of everybody within that dialogue, and how are we equal contributors to that solution. And I think it's important to acknowledge that in about 2 weeks, April 30th, is when obviously the shelters will no longer do the overnight stays. I mean, there's some other things that happen throughout the summer months, but there's going to be some additional needs in our community. And right now it is a nationwide epidemic where the number of individuals that are unsheltered are really skyrocketing. And so it's really going to take a community lift to get behind that issue and to solve that problem. And I don't know if that item on Parks Committee will get pulled. So I wanted to at least take the opportunity now to say, hey, 2 weeks, just kind of everyone have that in the back of your mind, and support our shelters whenever it makes sense for you and the individuals that they serve, because it's going to take a community solution.
Thanks, Alder. Any other announcements? Alder Burnett.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to congratulate you on your re-election and look forward to a real positive year working together with you, working on ways to improve our city. I do know that Alder Eck and Stoyer Weary had mentioned, and Galvin, some of the tragedies that we have faced. But today, especially with some of our first responders who had to respond to that tragedy, and they do it every day, and we don't always hear about the things that they do, but truly miraculous things that they do routinely. So I just want to extend our thoughts and prayers to them as well, our first responders who do such a wonderful job, police, fire, and EMT, and any other person that responds to some of the things that happen in a city of our size. Thank you.
Well said. Thanks, Alder. Any other words? Looks like we've got none. Alder Johnson on adjournment.
I would make a motion to
Just
adjourn
one second.
in honor
Just one-
of
one second.
Taku Ransom, the drumming lady.
Very good. Do we have a second from Alder Scannell? All in favor will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed nay. The ayes have it. We're adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
I'm gonna do is